consciousness is manifesting in such a range of ways.
You touched upon a good topic, and understand we are moving seriously to understand and transform our life. Take one example, what you said. I will, then you think of it. How are you? I'm not good. I'm bad today. I have no complaint. These are the phrases I hear from people. I can't complain. Very good. Oh, so you are meant to complain? Let me make a little personal in our life. The way the mind responds. How are you doing in relationship? Great. First answer. When dating. Wonderful. When married. Have some challenges trying to resolve after 6 months. I know he or she needs, he or she needs to change. That is how we talk about after a few years. Oh, why I got married. Question is one, pay attention. I'm drawing your attention today. So, what is that? Question is one. What is that question? How are you doing? Answers are many. One question, many answers. One question all the time or in different times, many answers in the same time. Are you getting it? So, is it true or false? That we need to understand. That we need to understand. Are you getting it? What I am asking. Let me make it simple. Let it make me. When we were 5 or 6 year old, what is the answer of 5 plus 15? When we were 10 years old, what is the answer? 20 years old, what is the answer? Now, what is the answer? 20. But I have only one question. How you are doing? Doing great, not doing great. I have lot of complaint. I have many answers. Are you getting it? Did you understand what I want to convey? Say yes. So you ask any time, answer is the same. 5 plus 15 is 20. But answers are different. No, if I have a pain, I should complain. If I hate this guy, I should tell you. But before you loved, before you have dated, before you got married, what happened now? What happened to now? And where it is happening? Is it happening outside or is it happening in your mind? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Look at how our masters have deep contemplation and reflection. Now question comes. Question is one, how you are doing. That changed in time. It is the same person, but my answers in different times changed a lot. And who changes those answers? That is more important. I. What is this I? Mind. What is this mind? Impulsive mind. Habitual mind. I am still in the journey of seeking pleasure. So you like someone, so you started dating. If you dislike, can you date? No. My mind made a decision based on my likes and dislikes. And this likes and dislikes causes the attachment. And attachment causes the desire. Desire is full of expectations. So that's why I have many answers of one question. At the age of the 5, 5 plus 15 is 20. At the age of 10, does it become 21? At the age of 30, does it become 40? So I don't want to look at my mind. I want my expectations, my desires should be fulfilled according to my impulses, according to my expectations, according to my binding desires, and if they are not fulfilled, they cannot be fulfilled. So if they are not fulfilled, then I'm frustrated. Are you getting it? What I'm saying? We are going little deeper. So many answers. So, do I realize I have many answers to the same question? Is it because of me, my attitude, my behavior? How come? I'm living in ignorance. Is it not clear that where I'm searching peace, it is not there? Where I'm searching a solution, solution is not there. So I say 5 plus 15, how much? You say 50, 75. Because your expectation multiplies it, and then you are suffering. Are you getting it? So we never contemplate and reflect, and when we don't reflect what is happening to me inside my mind in response to the thing and objects and the world and the way I live. So our master says, why I have many answers? Because I don't know who am I. Simple answer. But it is not as simple as that. That is why we are learning. But answer is simple because I don't know who am I. Otherwise, I should have given the straight answer. One answer, applicable in all the times. I believe if you contemplate, reflect, you will pick up. So the answer is because I do not know my real nature. So then what happens? Then I adopt the false nature. The moment I adopt the false nature, it is the subtle I that is working, and this subtle I are manifold. They are in millions. In one individual, this false I, number of the false I is in millions. That false I responds at different time based on my expectations, desires. Are they met or not met? Are you getting it? So, what is the solution? I must know who am I? I am the real self of the nature of peace and happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. That is the simple answer. And that is the journey we are undertaking. Do you see that? Do you see? I summarized the entire journey of Eastern wisdom. Those who have realized and understood, maybe they can join, continue the session just for the joy, but they have already realized. Now you will not have many answers. See, so we have many answers. Why we have many answers? This false I continues to multiply like a bacteria in the virus. One day you like this beer guy, the other day you don't like. But you never ask, oh, that guy is crazy, that's why I don't like. So that guy doesn't fit into your explanation, doesn't fit into your impulsive or habit or your understanding. Am I clear? Look at the way the master explains. Make sure, now see that, make sure that you are 100% clear. The pleasure comes and goes. Now I'm taking you to just to go deeper. Pleasure comes and ends, pain comes and ends, victory comes and goes, defeat comes and goes, profit comes and goes. What is that that never come and never go? That is I am. But I'm bound, I'm entangled, I'm attached, not only to the pain because I want to escape the pain, I'm also attached to the pleasure because I'm seeking that. I'm seeking both. Who is seeking? The false I. Why false I? Because I don't know who am I. So then what happens? I give many answers. I give many answers. Now I'm leaving this topic here because it will be totally different. That is the only reason Master says Mangalacharan, create an auspiciousness. I'm using a wrong word. Enter into the auspiciousness every day in the morning. Why? To change this crazy mind, to move from ignorance to wisdom. Until you see the weeks, months, years, your mind reminds you the moment you wake up in the morning, Sarvesham, any Shanti mantra will do. Any mantra. Because it's nothing to do with the cult and religion. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. You bring this mantra into your mind to keep aside that entity which gives many answers. It's a bad morning, it's a good morning. It's not a bad morning, you are bad. So do you see that? I have to be tough on this mind. I am bad. There is no bad morning outside. It has nothing to do with me. I have to hammer it. And the time comes, weeks, days, months, few months, you are constantly, your mind responds to the Shanti mantra. Will you not change? Transformation will not take place? Answer is yes, it will take place. Pick up any mantra. But in this session, we are picking up Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahi. I've explained it a couple of times so you think of it. So what exactly, now once I realize that my mind gives many answers and it is coming from the false I. If you have any objection to this statement, just raise a question. Just raise a question. I will take you back to the 5 plus 15 is 20 at the age of 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 and now. Why you have different answers at different times in your life? How you are doing? See that? So that is why our masters say, ask the question, do you apply? Once you have understood, yes, I have understood. I am very clear now. So do you apply this Eastern wisdom in your life? In your thought, in your speech, in your action? Only you have to apply. In your thought, when you are thinking inside, in speaking, what you are thinking inside that is what you speak. What you are thinking, that is what you speak. I am stressed because of you. So that thought must come to my mind first. Then only I will talk about. So because of their false eye is so big, couple of people have left the session. What can I do? I cannot do anything. Should I boost their ego? Please come and join. This is a good session. This will help you. I'm not recognizing that false eye. I'm strict to that. It will not work. So that is why Master says the first thing first, every day in the morning. If your mind doesn't remind you, write down and listen, I have to do it. Come what may, I have to do it while sleeping, lying down, standing, whatever the way. And then I have to, again I'm saying, thought, speech and action. That is where you have to introduce this Eastern wisdom. Our mind introduces the same thought, speech and action with variety of answers. And then it is going to change my behavior and attitude. That is the importance of listening and learning. Listening and learning. You might be remembering how many different answers I gave last week. You can't stand on your feet. Don't feel bad about it. This is what our masters are saying, I'm not saying. Forget about I'm saying anything. I understood it, so I'm expressing in my own way. So listening and learning must be supported by the power of intellect. Why? Because it brings clarity and understanding. The way you were listening, and I was just making a statement 5 plus 15 is 20 at all the times, in all the ages. I'm not looking for it. What I'm looking, oh yes, you like me, so I also like you. So let us have a dating. I continue to like you, let us have a marriage. After a few months, now I have understood your nature. You were hiding something. Crazy stuff. Not you are, but our mind is crazy. Think of it. What you are thinking, 5 plus 15, you are purely objective. There you are subjective, so false eye takes over. That is why we need to listen and learn again and again. And the first thing I told you, first thing is the Shanti mantra. And then you are listening and learning the lesson. You listen and learn the lesson. Why? Because mind-body identification. I have to get rid of mind-body identification. How I can get rid of it? By contemplation and reflection. I just did the contemplation and reflection with reference to 5 plus 15. I know you will never forget it. You may not change, but you will never forget it. Why it is the same answer and why I give many answers. It will haunt you. Coming lessons will be haunting you, haunting your mind and intellect. What I'm doing. Oh, the beer guy told me this thing, can I not change? Oh, yes, I can change. That is the importance of listening. And so what is this listening and learning? I engage my mind in the self-inquiry. It is not you are listening to me. You are studying yourself by listening and learning. You are you are engaging your intellect into the self-inquiry. That is the simple thing. Simple thing. Terry told me that New York is not the same as it was many years ago. And that prompted me to talk about this. I said, no. So sometime you raised a beautiful question. So I thought it. So Shanti Mantra, I should do it. And then what about this uh, listening and learning? And then I do the daily application. This has to be in a daily application. Oh, you have changed a lot. Mind, let me contemplate why I think that you have changed a lot. I have also changed. You think, my friend. At least I can bet you that you will not be able to fight with anyone. You will never have an anxiety and reaction to anyone. But we don't think in this way. Daily application of the teaching is important, my dear friends. So listening, learning, I have already explained you. Contemplation. Contemplation, that I asked a question, I raised the doubt. Why am I giving so many different answers at different times to different people, to different situations? I'm attached. I'm living in ignorance. I have many false eyes. Think. So that contemplation, because contemplation gives you a deep focus on that particular question or a thought. And then you reflection. Reflection means that I review my experiences. I review my experiences with you, with second person, with the third person, with that situation in life. Oh my goodness. Oh, mind, you are responsible. Now I have understood you. And I can bet you the moment you have understanding, by listening, learning, contemplation, and reflection, your mind calms down. You have a big smile on the face. I have been crazy enough. No longer I want to be crazy in my life. Then what happens? You become a seeker. Seeker has to go through these 40 steps. That is why I raise this question in a different way. Understand this type of the then you become a seeker. Last session I told you. Did you contemplate and reflect on it? Four types of seekers. Fourth is the realize, knowing. He has the right knowledge and he applies the knowledge and he lives into that state all the time. And the rest too, one has lot of challenges. I feel I have a lot of challenges. One guy who is doing a private lesson, almost 9 months have passed. So normally he sends 2 emails or 3 emails every week. But he did not realize it, that I collect all the emails in a Word file. One email, I'm doing fine. You are such a wonderful person. Second email, I'm still suffering even for the last 9 months and you have done nothing. Do you understand? Same thing, positive, negative, positive, negative. Who has changed? I do not lift my awareness to recognize how my mind is functioning. There is no cognition. So that is the first category. Those people, the first level of the seeker, they are seeking relief. In first session, they experience the change. In the second session, their mind blasts them again. So they have many answers. Pulse eye is still working, and then they write negative email, then the positive email. So this is the first category. I have not to live like the first type of a seeker. I have to commit myself. How? If there is a problem, I have to find out which principle to apply, which principle to contemplate and reflect. Come on. You are given all those principles. I don't remember. That's why you are living in ignorance. Go back. That's why I send you all the audio files. So that is the first level of seeker. After that, they are feeling very good, they are relaxed, they want more from the world outside. Now I'm in peace. So I expect from you also. Why should I? Again, I have same expectation. I want to earn more. So my mind goes back to the same stuff, seeking a recognition, seeking more of everything. And expectation is the cause of the problem. Also, should I not earn money? Who said no? You earn money. But it should not be a binding desire. That is the second category of seeker. So these two categories of the seeker will not be able to progress. They will return back to the same stuff again and again. But they will claim that they are the best seekers. I've been doing the practice for so many months and years and no change has taken place. Did you change your mind? I asked you to change your mind. No, I will keep the mind as it is, but I want to change. Five plus 15 is now 40. Sometime it goes to 60, so lot of complaint. And then I read every sentence and I say, okay, I have to answer in a different way. I don't challenge them. Think. So we came that because of listening, learning, contemplation, reflection, I'm becoming a seeker, but I have to analyze that which category of a seeker I am. Now, if I become the only one type of the seeker who follows the previous steps without fail, I can bet you will have no complaint. But still, you can write to me, you can complain. So you become a seeker who is, what does that mean, seeker? 24/7, I have one thing in my mind. I have a problem because I don't know my real self. The real self does not have a problem. So it is the false I. Let me find out how this false I causes this reaction, anger, anxiety in me. So your mind moves into the state of contemplation and reflection, and I can bet you, if you follow these simple principles, it is gone. And that is what the Sadhana Panchkam is. Sadhana Panchkam is. And that is what I told you, the first 5 steps are of karma yoga. Karma means action. Before the action, there is a thought. Before the thought, there is something that triggers me to perform particular action. That triggering comes from my past impression or well thought of. It is well thought of, well crafted. This action I'm going to do, I have seen the ins and out. So I perform an action. So it means I change my attitude inside the head, and then I perform the action. It's a good saying. What we is a good saying? Think before you act. But think in terms of the East and West. Because our goal is the journey of the self discovery, realization. But what happens the moment you start performing an action means what? You are applying that in principle in your daily life, in your personal life, in your professional life, in your social life, in your family life. Means what? You are raising your awareness in all these activities. Why and how come? You are raising your awareness in all these activities to notice if the false I has taken over me or seeker has taken over. I need not to go back to tell you the basics of it. We have been learning these basics direct. So that is the first 5 steps. And then the 3 steps, that whatever is left, there are many deep, deep impressions we have. So there we cannot resolve those deep impressions in our life, and they blow up, they express themselves, they manifest in time. So how to resolve that? Another 3 steps are that how to cultivate the conducive situations in our life. Conducive, favorable. No, no, my honey is crazy. How can I create a conducive situation? The false eye has already taken over. You have gone back. Go back to the first step. I have to look inside me. What is conducive, favorable condition? It has to be reflected in my mind. It has nothing to do with anyone outside. And these favorable conditions, conducive situations, you can push your mind to follow. They are known as the merits. Otherwise, we will continue complaining, I have committed sin, I am a sinner, and then you keep frustrating yourself. So, sin simply means in our life, not I'm talking of religion. Sin simply means that my past impression, my current state of thought, speech, and action is creating unconducive, unfavorable, reactive situation in my life. They are sins. Don't fall back into those religious explanations. They have committed sins, so the priest says that come to me and confess you. Why should I confess? Why should I confess before you? Why shouldn't I challenge my mind myself? I think that is enough today. So we will continue our practice. So eyes are closed, and now you will be able to follow the practice we have already told you. I have told you that I don't spend too much of time in the stage 1, place of the body. So you are aware of the space all around your body. So you can do it instant. You can move into that state instantly if you are following the journey, position of the body, and the posture, being comfortable. I have explained you more than 50 ways how to be comfortable. Can any explanation can be retrieved in your mind? It can only be retrieved if you follow the daily routine. I'm not explaining how to be comfortable, being carefree. Yes, being carefree. So being comfortable, being carefree, have 3P, place, position in the posture. It helps you to rise in awareness, and that rise in awareness, we are asking the mind to point to the real self. How? Look at the world outside, which seems separate from you. That is the neighbor number one from outside. I believe, now I'm just joking also, but I also say that I believe you know the meaning of the neighbor. Neighbor is not you, how close it may be. Neighbor number two is the body. Where is body? Body is have an experience of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. That's enough. Third neighbor is the breath. So you are aware of the breath. A manifestation of the prana is the breath, or we can say the energy body. That is also the third neighbor. Fourth neighbor is the mind. So just you are already being carefree. Being carefree means that you don't allow this false I to be attached, to be identified. They are coming and going. They will continue to come and go. But no identification. As I discussed, that there is a space. On that space, these thought, feeling, and emotions jumps. They come and go. Oh, they come and go. It means they have a different answer. Okay. I'm relating it to what we discussed in the very beginning. And the fifth neighbor, yes. Not only the intellect is there, but also the false I is there. False I, what's up? You are aware and you ask the question, what's up? False I does not dare to come forward. I'm okay. And then the sixth neighbor is the ignorance, what I said just now. That why this is happening, I don't know my real self. Hence, something that I know, and something that I know is the false I. And the false I creates the multiplicity of the world in perception, and that is what the ignorance is. So, what I have to change the perception? Yes. But before, after the purification of the mind. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. So this Shanti mantra hits beyond the six neighbors. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. May there be peace for all. It is not a loud statement. It is the statement your mind realizes that peace is the essential nature of every being on this. It is the same. 5 is always the same. 15 is always the same. Hence, Total will always be 20. In the year 1920, 1940, 50, 2000, and 2024. Did you get it? Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be completeness for all. Everyone is complete. So if I say you are crazy, am I saying that you are complete also plus crazy? I have many answers. Pick up this. That will help you to live into that awareness. I will answer you with awareness even if you are creating the challenges to me. Are you getting it? Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham. May there be auspiciousness for all. You enter into the auspiciousness. Why? You recognize there is a cognition of the peace, the joy, and the completeness in the very existence, bypassing the crazy mind, false eye, whatever you can say. And now we will move to the stage number 2. We are going to change our breathing pattern. The first is look deep inside the forehead in the space. Space inside the forehead, and pick a point. Then drop Om Shanti gently there. Gently there. That is your first active step, active point, or just in a level of awareness. Check body is in the state of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Third point. So we are going to change the breathing. You inhale long, deep, and the hissing into the belly. And exhale from the same tone. Empty the lungs with your long hissing breath. Continue. Continue. Om Shanti continues, stillness continues, long in the hissing. You empty the lungs completely, so it takes time. So it is not very fast, but obviously it is little longer. And when you inhale, you check that when you inhale, the belly expands. Don't do the opposite. When you exhale, the belly squeezes. I'm using the word squeezes to make you understand. And now stop it. Do nothing. Just for 30 seconds, experience the change. but Om Shanti continues. So that is our first round of the belly breathing. Now the second round, you are already continuing with the Om Shanti. Body is still. Start breathing long, deep in the hissing breath, completely empty the lungs. Minimum when we do the 5 rounds of 3 minutes each. Today we are doing only 2 minutes. When we do any type of breathing, whether the chest breathing, the belly breathing, 5 rounds of 3 minutes each, it will help you raise our level of awareness very deep and high so that we can move into a different state. So we are just doing 3 times today with the 2 minutes only. Is your mind saying, I cannot do it? Don't listen to your mind. That is what we want to change. But ultimately, the passive step will take you forward. These are for the sake of purification of the mind. And stop it, bring your awareness on the flow of the nostril, and Om Shanti continues. Om Shanti continues deep inside the forehead, so you can definitely check. Mind is gently dropping Om Shanti without any challenge or difficulty. That is the key. And now the third round. Start breathing long in the hissing breath, in the state of sensation, comfort, and steadiness in the body, expanding the belly while inhaling, contracting and squeezing the belly while exhaling. Om Shanti continues. We are only doing for 2 minutes, so that's why I didn't say if you find, even if you find the resistance, you endure it and check that the mind is moving to a state of joy of doing it. And stop this. Now check that how your breath returns to the normal state, normal pattern. Pay attention to the flow of the breath Continue to be aware of the flow of the breath, and at the same time experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the body. I normally say from outside, so that facilitates clear understanding, and calmness and quietness inside the body. Calmness with reference to any sensation, any changes in terms of the sensation you feel. Sometimes you feel, oh, I feel the sense of blankness. That is also a sensation inside the head. And then quietness is the space, deep inside the space. Flow of the breath, and then in that state, again, start breathing deep, silent, and slow. This brings the inward focus of the mind. Contemplation, reflection becomes very easy, besides other benefits. So, as you inhale, the mind moves from the top center of the head to the tailbone, singing mentally Om Shanti. Shanti ends at the tailbone. Again, while breathing out, the mind rises, singing Om into the spine. Shanti ends at the top center of the head. But body remain in the state of the stillness, my friends. That's another way. So you are aware of the deep, silent, and slow breathing. Here you're not making any noise of the breath, so it's totally silent, it is slow, and it is deep. It takes time. Deep, silent, slow Om Shanti continues, movement along the spine continues, the stillness in the body continues. Do you recognize all these layers? And that brings the inward focus of the mind, where even if your mind is too much impure, mind doesn't go outside. But we have to purify the mind anyhow. Without that, the final step is not reached. Now, looking inside the cave of your heart, visualize the triangle of any color, moving the mind on a triangle, rubbing. Om Shanti. When it sings, that is the moment you push the mind inside, singing Om. Mind seemingly stops. You drop Shanti. And once you said Om Shanti, there is nothing you are doing it. There is nothing you are doing. Continue. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind back. Bring your mind on the right hand. Feel the sensation, your mind on the left hand. Feel the sensation Lift your Buddha palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences now. How are you, Brandy?
Morning. I'm good. It's really nice to be back. So I was thinking, so at the start of my semester today, and that way that we changed the breathing to kind of scaffold it to purify or teach the mind, right, to go inside, was really useful for me today. I had a really good meditation. Thank you.
Beautiful. Good, yes. We are going to change it. I should not change. What is changing? Today you are starting a session in the college. Yesterday there was no session. I maintain awareness and I am free. How are you, Stephen?
Oh, good, sir. Thank you. Great. Everything's great. Today's lesson for me made me think about different things I've learned in my life. Of if you measure things and figure out ways to measure things, they always seem to improve. And it's the same thing with Eastern wisdom, my education, and my learnings here. I also took from today's lesson the importance of starting with that Shanti mantra and how important it is that it sets the start of the day. And I started reflecting back on my days of when I was teaching young boys and girls how to play baseball and going up to bat. And if you go up there thinking you're going to strike out, you're going to strike out. If you go up there thinking that you're going to hit the ball, you're going to hit the ball. And it's no different with this. You set the tone of the day of going to be a great day and so on and so forth. Then it moved to the importance of contemplation and reflection, and it became more than just contemplation and reflection and the awareness, because there always seems to be this measurement that we look at other people and that we recognize and become aware of their problems and their issues. And the contemplation and reflection is, yeah, we can contemplate and reflect on that, but the key to me in this was self-reflection and how to bring it back to me. And with that, it's created this measurement piece for myself to see the advancement is because I've become much more critical of myself, which has been able to help me put the false I in the background, which is naturally allowing the real self to move forward. So that was my takeaway. My meditation was completely peaceful. So
Beautiful. Yeah. You laid down the importance of contemplation, reflection, and just see that if I have a different perception, and there is always a different perception, so let it, check the mind. Okay, I have a different perception about this person, event, situation in my life. And then I should become aware of that guy who is sitting inside who has a different perception. Instead, we become aware of outside. Then I blame the world, I blame the people, I blame the teacher. So, yes, there comes the roll up, and the rightly you said, kindergarten we say A, B, C, D, E, F, alphabets. So once we grow up in the class, we don't need to remember. Same way, you have to continue with that Mangalacharan or Shanti mantra. When the time comes, you wake up in the morning and your body sets and it says, okay, I know it. Done. Until then, you have to. How long it will take, I don't know. It depends on you. Why should I tell you that how long it will take? How are you, David and Jerry?
Thank you, sir. The lesson, it was, for me, metaphor, the analogy I came away with is Drew and I went to a concert last night with a musician who's very famous for putting layers of different instruments and voices together to create a composition. And I got thinking about the false mind is just another layer that's out there, that all these different layers that if we start bringing them together like an orchestra or a musician, we can create this beautiful, peaceful mind and life. So my meditation was deep. You startled me at the end when you said Om Shanti. So thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. This false I lives in many, many layers. Many layers. I would say millions of the false I. How you recognize it? By thought. How you recognize? You are wonderful. That is definitely a positive, but still it is a false I. You are crazy. I blame myself. I curse myself. I harm myself. All this is the job of the false I. So when the knowledge is there, what is the knowledge? That I have a real self of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. So the false I is here. Can it move to, oh, I know that I am the real self. Thought, instead of going there, the thought goes here. Well, how? Mentally, through your awareness, and everything changes. Try this. If it doesn't change, beautiful. How are you, Jerry?
So I'm good, thank you. Yes, the meditation was deep, peaceful, quiet. I feel like that we just are rooted and seated in what is not changing. So we bring that to everything that is changing.
Yeah.
And that we're not surprised that there's a sunny day, there's a dreary day. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Definitely. Yes, that is what I wanted to bring by that metaphor. 5 plus 15 remains 20 all the time, in spite of any changes. So that is a constant entity. So there is one constant entity which remains present all the time behind my false I. And the false I is taken over. When the false I takes over, then we are gone. And it's a question of cognition. You rightly said, it's a question of cognition. Beautiful. How are you, Dennis?
Thank you for the session. I noticed that the change in breathing pattern kicks the mind nicely. There were a lot of sensations in the body after each round of breathing, and then enhanced awareness and clarity after the breathing. And then at the end, dark space, the mind was ready to stay and enjoy the state for longer. Thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah, we are going to be doing that intensive the breathing. That's how I was thinking. How are you, Christina? Then I'll come to Samir and her.
Thank you. I noticed in the beginning when you were saying the Sarvesham, somehow I went off, but it felt like I was gone for 2 hours in the meditation, like a very long, deep meditation.
Good.
And I noticed, lots of distractions. Last session, this session, and my attachment to wanting to have a perfect environment for meditation, and it just reminds me that it just mirrors real life and how you can get to a deep state of relaxation if you endure and push through.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with anything outside the world. Again, I'm stressing that I don't know my real self. But still I exist, and I'm using the word I. That is a testimony that I'm using the false I. Any expression, manifestation is the false I. And this false I is constantly changing amid unchanging identity deeper inside. 15 plus 5 will remain 20 all the time. Once we live into that awareness, we are becoming a great seeker, one seeker out of the four options. How are you, Sameer?
Sir, I think meditation is complementary to contemplation.
Yes.
The more principles are becoming clear, the more you get deep into meditation. And it is easy to get into meditation if your principles are very clear to you that where you are going.
You're right. Knowledge is clear. What is that knowledge? Being carefree. What is being carefree? That there is a space which is constant on which the thought, feeling, and emotions are jumping, they are changing. Now, this knowledge is clear. So, you need
I think lack of knowledge is the biggest hindrance in going into deep meditation.
Right.
If you are becoming, means you are clearly understanding the principle, then it is very easy to go into meditation and it becomes very means casual, or what I can say means it becomes a part of your life.
But knowledge will not stay permanently if my mind is impure. That means if the false I constantly hammers me. Do you see that? So it means that I have to continue purify the mind, but you are 100% right. If the knowledge stays in the mind, there is no impurity. There is no impurity. Beautiful way of conveying the message. Good. And how are you, Terry? I started with you and I'm ending with you. How much New York has changed?
I don't go out much, so
that is becoming a seeker.
I did get stuck on the breathing, and I had trouble with the multitasking.
Yeah.
So my mind got caught up in breathing.
I'm using what you said as a metaphor, that when you said that I'm not going outside, it means my mind is not going outside. Then I don't have multiple answers.
Yeah. I think my mind was going to the outside though, because it was stuck in the breathing.
Yeah.
And it's not outside, but it wasn't inside either. It was sort of.
So these steps helps us to purify the mind, and purify the mind means that rise in awareness. Rise in awareness where I can pick up. Where are you going, false I? No, I'm not supporting you. I'll continue to stay inside. And that helps us to go deeper into this journey. So please, we will meet again. Thank you very much. It's a good